everybody. This week the kids are learning the story about how Jesus washes the disciples' feet. And so you remember the story. It's a pretty well-known story, how the disciples and Jesus are hanging out together, and then Jesus, he decides to wash all the disciples' feet. And you know how the streets in Jerusalem were probably very dusty, and their feet were probably very, very gross because they walked everywhere. And usually that was a job done by the servant to wash the feet of the guests. And so Jesus, who was God, he humbled himself and he came down to a servant's level and washed the disciples' feet. And what did this mean to them? Well, it showed the disciples that Jesus cared and he loved them. Jesus, by serving the disciples, showed them that he loved them. And so that has really just been, sitting with me this week. I've really been thinking about what it means to serve one another in love. And, notice how that verse doesn't say, serve just the people you like, or just serve your friends. It said to serve everybody. So, that is really hard for me to serve my enemies and the people that are hard for me to love. But God calls us to serve those who we may not necessarily like, and he calls us to serve those we do like, and he calls us to serve our neighbors and our family and our friends and just everybody in the world. So by serving one another, we show them that we love them. And that is the greatest commandment. The second greatest commandment, is to love your neighbors as yourself. And so I just challenge you guys this week to really think about how you can serve somebody this week in love. Maybe it's just something small that you do for your family. I know my mom, last year, she was so sweet and she got up and would start my car for me in the morning. And she didn't have to do that, I could do it, but she wanted to serve me and show me that she loves me. So she got up in the cold mornings and would start my car and get the snow off of it for me. And I just so much appreciated that, and it really showed how much that she loved me. So, talking about serving one another in love, in that verse, it actually is the verse for this week that the kids are going to learn. It's Galatians 5:13. Serve one another in love. And there we discover important phrases. They are, Jesus loves me and Jesus cares for me. So that's what the kids are really focusing on this week. And so the classroom activities are a little confusing this week, but not so bad. So the 3s, 4s, and 5s are doing a lot of the same activities. They're going to start out with a game called Missing Feet, and you're going to have different animals like this giraffe or a pig, there's a horse and chicken, and notice how their feet are cut off. So you're going to find the bottom of their feet, and you're going to match it up with the animal. So that's what the kids will be doing first. And then you can play the game Kick It, and basically it's just soccer. You're going to kick around the ball with your feet to each other and just have fun with that one. And then everybody is going to do this activity sheet near the end of the hour. You're going to have a little piece of paper towel, and you're going to glue it down here where the towel is, right here. You're going to glue it here where the towel is, and then you're going to have some sand, and you're going to glue it onto the disciples' feet, and you can color the sheet. Then there are 2 activities that just the preschool and kindergarten are going to do. One of them is this. It's called feet match. So you have your 2 different sides of feet, and you have to match the feet with the other foot that matches them. And then you can also play a game with them. It's kind of up to you because it can get hectic. You can take all their shoes off, put them in the pile, and then all the kids have to find their shoes. So So that can be really fun, or it can just be disastrous, so it's kind of up to you if you want to try playing that game or not. Then the 2-year-olds, they have a fun activity that they're going to do in the beginning called Dirty Feet. And so what the kids are going to do is they can color all these feet with, brown marker or black marker. And then you as a teacher are going to come along and wash all the feet, just like Jesus washed the disciples' feet. So that's basically the rundown for this week. I hope that that you have a good week teaching, that everything goes really well, and thank you so much for everything you do for children. We really appreciate it. Bye.